Hello, everybody. I don't call myself old snaggerpuss. I'm here with my lovely wife, Denise. Y'all look at the bike. If y'all look at the bike that this car you want to, pay no attention because this God gave it to me. It's the world's. Yes, I have cooled down a whole lot compared to. Well, I feel like I've been raped. I'm sorry to say it, but I feel like I've been raped. My grandmother was a midwife, and she delivered most of the population of Chiplet of Northwest Florida in a black neighborhood. She named me and most of everybody in the neighborhood where I was raised up in. She was a nurse for Dr. Martin Luther King. She's not being recognized, but she was a nurse. She was a midwife. She delivered over, I think she delivered over 1,000 babies. I'm not trying to talk bad about these people that feel like it's okay to disrespect my wife if she going through a medical condition. Just come in like they feel like they wanna. I stand on business. My past has nothing to do with now. And ma'am, you say I was argumentative. Come to Chiplet and ask people about me. Come to Chiplet, Florida, and ask people about me. I'm not trying to brag about me, but I never fought nobody. I never killed nobody. The other part, I don't know. I might have slapped a couple of people in the mouth for disrespecting my wife or my grandma. But just out of GQ, beating up somebody. 27 years of my life was spent in the Department of Correction. 27 years of my life. I ain't saying straight. I said 27 years of my life been spent in the Department of Correction. Never of the 27 years of my life spent in the Department of Correction that I had somebody to step on my privacy like you do. No matter how many times I told you that my wife is sick, my sister-in-law was handicapped, you did not care. You don't care. What ma'am, you disrespected me. My grandmother walked beside Martin Luther King. I tell you what, you will see my grandma and you will see me. The woman with big frame, dark skin, glasses, holding a little boy's hand, that was me. You had the nerve to tell me a lie in my face. In my face. That you offered my sister-in-law a one-bedroom apartment, which you know within your heart you told me a lie. You told me that you were going to bring that paper back to me the same day that I asked you. You haven't come back. Miss Baylor, in my wildest dream, I never thought there would be a black woman to be so disrespectful toward my wife than you have. With some, I don't know if she was white or black. I wasn't there. I got a pile of papers that doesn't add up. I never rented from nobody in my life. Never, ever rented. I never. You can't find nowhere in the state of Florida or nowhere else that I've rented. My family, we got our own property. I don't bear no burdens on my family because my grandma always told me, look, you responsible for your wife. not your family. Your wife comes first. But no matter. But to you, it doesn't matter the condition of disabled people. Because you had the nerve to tell me whoever I was talking to, that they didn't know what they was talking about, to tell them you are ready. And if you go on your body camera, remember I told you, Miss Bailey, Mr. Joe, and the other man, I understand. Because you always been respectful. You always been respectful. I understand that's a job that you got to be obligated to take care of your family. You don't like stepping on nobody. I see it within your soul, my young boy. I can say you my young brother. You always explained to me what I already knew. But all these people that done been in my apartment, or our apartment, I never seen before in my life. Joe just stood there on camera, told me to get rid of stuff. I got rid of some other person. Well, it was junk. But you want to stand there and lie and say you told me something. I'm not a stiffer M. I'm not no stupid M. F. No, I did not make it, but only to the 12th grade through special ed. I was a special ed student. Plus, when I got to 11th grade, I didn't have to go to school all day. When I was in the 10th grade, I didn't even really have to go to school. When you don't agree with people, it's not argument. There's nowhere in now courtroom that you can stand up and say, I was arguing with you. My references come to Chipley and ask people about me. I'm not a pushover. No, I would agree with all 27 years of my life knowing I can't win against the law. But all the times I went to prison, it was something that I never committed. Each time, I never committed a crime. I committed some crime, but the reason why I went to prison for crimes that I never committed. The last 10 years sentence, I don't believe in this. And I swear up to God that grandma might, but I won't leave alone. But I would never, ever snitch on nobody. Never. For y'all Northwest Florida Housing Authority, how in the world that you can put your words or your foot in your mouth the way you do? I was telling my wife, how can I prove that they came in my house without our consent when we wasn't here? For one, the reason why I got the faucet taped up because y'all was using our electricity and our power when we wasn't there. But then when I complain, you telling me to send our bank account and our routing number. You so dumb, you wrote that shit too. I keep all my receipts. I got receipts. Video and paper receipts from you, Mrs. Bailey. You're so arrogant. You're so disrespectful. You don't need a job that you got. Whatever church you go to, they shouldn't even allow you there because you evil, woman. You see my wife in the bed. I only ask you, let me show you something, but you reach back He said, come here, Joe. You did, even if I asked you still didn't ask my wife, is it okay? But you waved her off, like, that's okay. But look above my head in this car. The place don't have no ventilation. How many times y'all came out there and videotaped the sewage running on the ground? That been happening since we've been there. How many times I complained? Since we've been there. If you call the environmental people, that's how many times I called. For y'all to come and get that shit out within 10 foot of our door. Y'all ain't come send no video camera out there with that. You should have that videotape. You should have that on camera. You should have a picture of it. I do. But do you? You disrespectful woman. You don't deserve the job you got. If you want to step on old people, you want to step on people that got disabilities, you don't deserve that job, woman. I'm not going to disrespect you, but don't lie in my face and tell me that I took. Ma'am, even if I ask you, a real request to have my sister-in-law moved in with me, you know by law that you shouldn't have, because it was not. Again, it is not, was not. It would never be handicap accessible. And then you had the nerve to go up on that rent $90. $90. Not 9 dot whatever, $90 off my what the Social Security started giving me. You increased my rent by $90 based on my little $545. $90? You ain't something, you know. Then you won't come to my, we didn't turn this in. Y'all send shit through the maintenance man. We gave it to the maintenance man. And in front of the maintenance man, if the tenants that was out sitting on the porch when I gave it to the maintenance man, I would call them a lie because they seen with the maintenance man and I handed it to the maintenance man. Miss Bailey, how? Your mama dead? You don't like your mama? You don't like your auntie? You don't like your kids? What kind of soul do you have? Woman, I'm not trying to disrespect you, but you were dead wrong. For you would, if the police wouldn't have called you, you would have never came out there. The police warned you that I was trying to get your ass arrested because you violated my rights. The second police officer was trying to warn you, but he said, but then he agreed with me, but we still don't have the complaint. State attorney's office called me and asked me, well, don't they do it to everybody else? Well, everybody else may not know it's against the law for you to do that shit. Excuse me for my French speaking. But seeing like you so arrogant, and you had the nerve to tell me you ready for anybody that come? Woman, you know what I'm talking about. No matter how high you get, watch you fall. Remember, 27 years of my life spent in the Department of Correction for stuff that I didn't commit. Because God see what you did commit. So I still got punished. I got punished for the stuff that I didn't commit. I went to prison, but I got punished for the stuff that I did. Do that make sense? Does that make sense? You done got away with crime. You done came around and messed with the wrong watermelon rind. Woman, look at my teeth. Look. Due to the Department of Correction. You moved us in an apartment that's supposed to have been fixed up and should have been condemned. Each time I complain, you threaten me with termination. You cited every chapter that I signed, but you never cited where you say you viewed a video of a conversation that I had with the maintenance man. Would have let him in. But how in the world you gonna come in my apartment and view some of us being present and my lawyer? You evil woman. You don't deserve the spot. You don't have no compassion for no elderly people. You don't deserve your spot. You don't deserve it. But it's one within your office. She do. And I'm not finna tell you her name because she, and she know who I'm talking about. She, may God bless her family and forevermore our Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you, my little queen. I think we met before, but not in the club. It was somewhere else. Baker Act. I think you remember. You was a good woman. Your grandma raised you? I don't know. I think your grandma raised you. Joe, when you told me to get rid of stuff on the other side of that building, did I load that trailer up with stuff that I didn't need? It was a little maintenance man that came there, which I like. I like the little young maintenance man because he always been respectful. At first, we clash heads, but he was very respectful. He didn't want to missing teeth. Y'all know to compensate. Well, you know what I'm saying. Don't laugh. But for y'all people that live in these housing projects, if somebody coming out inspecting and intruding your rights with a video, taking pictures, please tell them no. You got to give consent first. You always got to give consent. Notice, when you need stuff fixed, they ain't worrying about what you need fixed, but they steady coming inspecting you. Everything that's happened, from the paint peeling to the everything blanking in that house to the wall socket, for 2 years we done been there. Now all of a sudden you want to come in I can say my house, with a video camera, and you ain't fixed nothing in 2 years. You come in there trying to fix the sink, but you come in there with a stepladder, so you can have an excuse to go back in the hallway, continue to record. My wife don't have to do nothing because you said the grease need to be wiped off the stove, woman. Control your house. Put a video of your stove. Put a video. Let me, give me permission to come in your house. I don't need nothing from you. You give me permission to come videotape in your bathroom, your bedroom. I bet your husband would tell you was supposed to ask my wife, was it okay? Not because I said so. You didn't have respect. You waved her off. You was an idiot. Disrespectful young woman. I'm sorry. When you disrespect my wife, you don't deserve no more respect. You very disrespectful woman. Let me stop. Because nothing can make me no angry this anymore. You know, I done come down more than what I used to be. And it started out when I was complaining about the poop and stuff sitting out back of the kitchen door. And we had to wait weeks, and then they get mad, and then they want to come and inspect. The pile of papers that we got from the housing authority, y'all said in 2 years, y'all accumulate that from them. We don't fill out application every time they do inspection. Every time. Everything out of time. Not without skipping a beat. I think they're looking for some, if we had any type of bank information laying down, you know, it won't take much. Like they can zoom in. I'm a true conspiracy theorist person. I go to the worst before I go to the better. I want them to prove why all of a sudden, without giving us any notice, without getting any write-up that I was threatening, not giving Yeah, I got noticed that I was being argumentative because I disagreed because they say so. I like to see stuff in writing. Your say so don't mean nothing to me. I can say I'm an FBI agent. Does it make it true? These people coming in my house saying they work for Graceville Housing Authority. I don't know, because this black woman that came, never in my wildest dream that I would think it would be one of us. Y'all have a good day.